up, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Shit.
How
Hey,
do I
guys.
start these shows?
So it's going to be 5 minutes. He's just pulling in.
I
I sent that a while
get
ago.
that text message.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, I went to the bank and then to Starbucks with like an hour before the show started, thinking I'd be fine. There's fucking people everywhere.
It was a busy day out there on the streets, man. Alicia
All
and I
the-
took a run up to Denver, and it was like pretty busy. Lots of traffic, lots of people.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like nobody knows there's a pandemic going on or anything.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, bitches.
It's fun.
Hey, season 1 through 4 of Supernatural. That's what we're here to discuss.
Oh, right on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Thinking Outside the Longbox. As always, I'm Gabe.
Tim.
I'm Doyle.
And I'm Juan.
Juan had this delicious idea that we consume. If you hadn't consumed all of it, you do consume all of Supernatural. Fortunately, me and Doyle had already seen pretty good chunks of it. And then Juan, I think Juan, you did did some kind of list that made you hit the key points, and then Tim said no.
So one through 3 I did all, and then I was like, there's got to be a faster way because there's so much monster of the week in this series. I was like, there's got to be a different way to watch this so I can just move forward with the story. And
Right.
People on Reddit have created this giant list of all of the episodes to avoid if you just don't want to watch filler episodes. So.
If you just want the story. That's
Right.
pretty cool, actually. I ended up leaning on one of those lists today to get through season 15, and there's going to be a gap in my knowledge for sure, where like of seasons that I was unable to get to. I was even fast watching on Netflix, like, because if you're watching Netflix on a laptop, you can run the video faster, and I was watching it at 2 times speed, and I still only got through seasons 8 and 9 because that was like 20 hours of television. Like,
Yeah, dude,
but I did
so
get through
that
8
is-
9, a good chunk of 14, and then all like the main story of 15.
So let's back up because I don't want you to paint me as a dude who's making everybody watch 15 seasons of something in 2 weeks. So we planned this about a month ago, and I said, "Hey guys, do you think we could do this?" And you all, even fucking Tim,
Yo.
were like, "Yes."
I don't
I
think
can
Tim
do
was
it.
there.
He did. He said that he had watched most of it, just like you guys, and he'd be fine watching 14 and 15. That's what he said.
And
And
that's
here-
fine.
here
Isn't
we
that
are
kind
a
of what
month-
you did?
I was
Here
there
we
for
are.
that.
No, he didn't watch any of it.
No, did not. Couldn't find the time for it, man.
Not one.
Well, that
he
makes
could,
sense.
He could find the time. He just chose not to.
Mhm.
There's a difference.
Some of us work for our money, Juan.
Me too. I'm at work.
No, I mean
sometimes-
actually work,
I'm at
like
work-
12 to
I'm
14
at
hour
work
days.
sometimes from 8:30 until 8 or 9 p.m. Not watching TV.
I can guarantee you our energy levels and physical expenditures are infinitely different.
I'm okay with that. You chose to watch Crown and all the other stuff. That's fine. That's your choice. But let's not pretend like you weren't making time for it. You had time for those other things. You can make time for this.
Really didn't want to.
I know that's the point. That's what I'm saying. It's not about not having time. It's about not wanting to do something.
No, it's a lot about not having time. I was already watching those other shows, and I'm not always in control of the TV. And also, I don't really like Supernatural that much.
I haven't watched this fucking season, an episode of anything else for the past month or so.
Oh, I have. I watched all sorts of other stuff. Sorry, I have to. I'm like Tim.
No,
A
that's
lot of the time, I have zero control over what I'm watching. So
Perfect.
when I'm at work, when I'm doing work, most of the time I'm trying to catch up. So I'm only listening to stuff because I can't put any kind of focus on watching something. But that's neither here nor there. We know what happens. I mean, this shit happens all the time. Like every once in a while, one of us just can't do it, and that's fine. I mean, I'm late. I had to help my daughter make a pot pie today. Fucking open, you piece of shit.
Who? By the
What
way,
are you doing?
who's judging the pot pie? Like, that's for a class?
Yeah, it's called culinary nutrition. It's effectively a mix of like home ec and health. Like, so they learn about like how
That's
to
handy.
cook and like feed themselves properly and like how to eat healthy and that sort of stuff kind of all at once. It was pretty cool. Like I helped her cook it. We took all sorts of pictures and stuff. Like it was a lot of fun, man.
Nice.
I mean, I like doing that shit anyway, so
I don't like pot pies, but I like the what you did.
I love pot pies. They're delicious.
How could you hate pot pies?
I don't know. I've just never enjoyed a pot pie. I've never had a good pot pie from anywhere. I don't like peas. I don't usually like a lot of the stuff that generally comes in a pot pie.
Juan just doesn't like good things.
Yeah, it could
Coming
be.
back around, I was about to say it's coming back around.
be.
Juan's a sociopath.
All right,
I gave myself that name, by the way.
Let's get started on seasons
Maybe that'll be
1
Juan's
through 4.
shirt.
So season 1, I just wrote, sets up the show, tells the Winchesters' backstory, and sets up their current mission, which the whole first season is mainly like mythical monsters. I forget what the proper name for them is. They're also to find their father and their mother's killer, and we meet Bobby Singer in the season finale for the first time. The main villain is Azazel, but they don't name him that yet, but that's who he is. Notable deaths in this season are Mary Winchester and Jessica Moore, who is Sam's girlfriend at the time.
Who dies just like his mom.
way.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, which is pretty savage.
It is. Like, there's definitely... So when this show first started, I don't think there was quite as much gore in it as there was by the end. But the feel of it is a lot heavier, I think, for the first, like, couple seasons. And then it kind of evens out into, like, regular procedural. And then at the end, like, the last couple, seasons it's about kicking you in the nuts over and over again. So
It's got those weird, like...
There was some gore in the first season, but
no, but I don't think it was quite as like there's no episode in the first season where like Sam or Dean is just like decapitating motherfuckers left and right. Okay, like the Purgatory season or like
probably true, yeah.
Or
the Purgatory season, just where he like describes what he's been doing in hell, like between the last episode and the next. He's like, I've been in hell for like 800 years being flayed alive over and over again. Like he does like a 10-minute rant in the episode, and even that is like gory as shit.
Intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell these first seasons are filmed very different from the others as well. Like they do a ton of weird close-ups on people just randomly through the season. I don't know if it's to show like a scared face or something, but they do weird like shoot-ups on. That's exactly what it is. It's really weird, but I just think it's them finding a monster of the week film horror-y. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but
so I think in the first few seasons, and I remember kind of the transition, like around probably I want to say around season 6, is that those first few seasons are like shot like slasher movies.
Yes.
And then like after that, they're very much shot like standard television drama shows, but with like violence and gore in them, like more like something like you would see on Lucifer. Or what's that one show that we watched with the not quite a priest and the lady?
The
Evil, the show Evil.
Oh.
So that's not
Evil.
shot like a horror movie. It's shot like a standard like television drama,
right.
Yeah.
Season 2 continues the hunt for... Go ahead. What?
Oh, I was going to say, we can't just... I mean, like, the worst episode in the entire series is also in the first season.
Which one?
Which
Bugs.
one, yeah.
Do you not remember the Bugs episode?
Oh, where they find the worker in the hole.
It's
he's all freaked out.
It's by far... Not only is it the worst episode, I think they, in fact, themselves reference how terrible the episode is several times throughout the series.
Yeah.
But when they first meet Chuck, who turns out to be God, obviously spoiler alert, but we're gonna spoil the show. I think he goes back through. He's like talking about how sad he is that he made him live through all that depressing shit, and he's like, let alone the bad writing. He's like the Bugs episode.
So, all right. So Doyle says spoiler alert. Juan hasn't done his basic info rundown yet. How long ago were these, Juan?
So season 1 was 2005.
It's 15 years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just been a long damn time, but for the listeners.
I mean, there are going to be spoiler alerts though, because like the series literally just ended. Like when did the episode come out? Like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Couple weeks. Maybe
Yeah,
they turned it over to Netflix instantaneously. Like season
Netflix
15 is on Netflix, right?
Yeah, that was cool. I noticed that too. Season 1 was 2005 September, and it last aired in 2006. So yeah, it's been 15 years.
1 year out of high school.
Also, Faith. I don't. Did you remember the Faith episode one? I think that's like honestly one of my favorite serious episodes in the entire show as well. When they go to the Faith healer to heal Dean, and it's about the Reaper.
Yes.
That episode is legit.
I'm going to go ahead with just the quick rundown. Season 2 continues the hunt for Azazel after their father trades his life in order to save Dean. Sam dies. Dean makes a deal with Crossroads to bring Sam back. The rest of the season is spent trying to stop Dean's contract. Again, the main villain is Azazel. Notable deaths are John Winchester, Sam, and Azazel dies at the season finale.
You gotta love that fucking people start, like, main characters start dying season 2. Like, clearly, I don't think they ever intended to make this for more than, like, 4 or 5 seasons tops.
So what I read was 5 was supposed to be the series finale, because it wraps up with Dean going back to his normal life and just being happy again. And then I think it was CW. They're like, renewed for season 6, and they signed contracts and everything to keep moving forward. But I think you're right. I think season 5 was supposed to just be full stop.
Because
we're not done milking this one yet.
Oh, dude. Well, so
for a while.
And then we did it for 10 more years.
by season 3, that fandom is already starting to
dude.
I
remember seeing being in a Best Buy one time and seeing a line for like a season like box set release and being like, whoa, like this is a lot of people in line for this. Like somebody missed an episode.
Season 3 is mostly about Dean, mostly about trying to save Dean from the Hellhound contract. We meet Ruby, who says she's a good demon. Lilith holds Dean's...
Spoiler alert, she's not. She's kind of a bitch.
So also,
if you watch any of this... Go ahead.
I think you skipped over the season 2, Sam is killed, and Dean sells his soul to bring Sam back to life. That's the premise of the whole 3rd season, about him trying to get out of the contract.
Yeah, he did say that.
Oh, okay. I just wasn't clear on my end, so I just wanted to make sure we got that.
Sam died, and then Dean makes that deal with Crossroads. Is what they call it at that point.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really, really good episode as well. Where they do the Crossroads and shit. Like, it's really spooky. I really like that episode.
The original Crossroads episode with like the blues and everything. Like, that was a sweet episode.
Amazing. Yeah. One of my favorite episodes that's in season 3 too is the very supernatural Christmas. It's one of the ones that it's definitely just a filler episode, but holy fuck, that episode makes me laugh a lot. And the ghost facers. The ghost facers.
It's not that I don't.
Amazing too.
It's not that I don't think they are.
I know that you couldn't get to them.
I was trying to do this post haste.
At some point, I mean, not like forcefully over the course of a month, you should watch them, because some of the filler episodes, I mean, are just like some of the best TV out there, I think. Honestly.
So here's a good example. Like in season 3, episode 13 is the Ghost Facers episode. Did you see that one?
Yes. So
okay.
I watched all episodes of 1 through 3, and that's when I decided I should probably find a faster way to do this.
They're the ones that are facing ghosts. Like, it's seriously, like, that shit was so fucking funny. And what's great is the ghost facers come back. Like, they're in subsequent seasons doing their ridiculous bullshit. And, like, every time they see Sam and Dean, they're like, oh, fuck. Like...
Lilith holds Dean's contract. This is season 3 is the kind of introduction to her. But Sam stops her. However, Dean dies and goes to hell.
Yeah, as always.
The main villain in this season is Lilith. Notable death is Dean.
Yes, at this point in the story, all of the Winchesters have died at least once.
And come back to life.
Yeah.
2 of them have come back to life so far.
Oh, that's right.
Or wait,
okay.
no, Dean is coming back to life.
Correct, but he's still in hell right now.
He's still in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 3 of them have died.
Yes.
Season
Mom,
4, Dean is rescued from hell by an angel named Castiel. The rest of I love
Yay.
Castiel. He turned out
My
to be like
favorite
an
fucking character in the
amazing
show.
dude.
Are we talking about season 4 in this episode or the next one?
So we're doing 4 per episode except for the last one.
Okay. The season 3 too wraps up the Justin
The
Bellows. So
Lilith
you watched
story.
all of it? It does
Yes.
have the Lilith story, but there's also like a 3 or 4 episodes of the FBI tracking them. I forget the one guy's name. He's one of my favorite side characters though.
Yeah.
And it ends up in season 3 and Justin Bellows, the last episode of it, when they get
And
attacked
then
by like the army of demons.
And then
It's
they
like-
all get mutilated at the end.
yeah, and then Lilith walks in and kills everybody after they
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes back later too as a possessed ghost, I think.
He's
So
one of
there-
the seals.
let's be super clear about something that we don't need to state. Literally fucking everybody that you have any attachment to whatsoever comes back at some point in this show.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
The
Not
whole
Bobby.
last
Bobby dies and stays dead, but he does use
he
his
comes
ghost a lot.
back.
He
though.
comes back twice, I think.
He comes
No,
back
it's just
several
his
times.
ghost. It's just his ghost. He tends to-
Still back though.
I think
He's
he
back
comes
in
back
spirit.
until
I
the
think
very
he comes
last
back
time.
to life
Oh, I'm
twice.
pretty positive about that he dies. He gets shot in the head and he does not come back.
Season 4, after Castiel, the rest of the season is centered around trying to stop Lilith from breaking the 66 seals. If they're broken, Lucifer will rise. Sam is choosing Ruby a lot more over Dean. We find out that Ruby is actually in cahoots with Lucifer. Main villain is Lilith. Notable deaths are Lilith and Ruby.
And then at the end, Lucifer gets out anyways.
Yeah.
Because fucking nothing they do works. Like,
But talk
that's-
about, dude, like, I think season 4, I mean, I just don't know how anyone could not love this season. At first, like, Castiel's entrance into the season, I think, is one of the best introduced characters ever.
absolutely.
Fucking badass. And then you wrap up the story with finding out that Dean is the one who started the seals breaking and Sam is the one who finishes it. And like literally this entire 4 seasons have been leading up into this moment. Like legitimately, like you can actually track it. It's not like
Right.
a bullshit afterthought. Like you get in like the Harry Potter books and shit. And so
It's true.
I think because I just remember when I watched this live. I love Harry Potter, but when I watched this live, the end of season 4, I was fucking blown away. I was like,
Absolutely.
so fucked up.
So the
And he
season,
doesn't have to kill Ruby.
the
No,
way
he doesn't.
the way this season ends, and the way it's set up, basically the next like 2 seasons or 3 seasons, is what kept me hooked on this show the longest. Like watching it week to week, or like watching it when whole seasons came out. Like I stayed on top of this show through like season 8, I want to say, because of how season 4 ended. Like it was just so good. Like genuinely one of the best moments I've seen on television. It's
I
moving.
100% agree.
Like it sounds dumb, but this is like I think the first time that the show like truly like had an emotional like hook into me. Like whereas before I was just watching the show because it was fun and there was monsters and everything, but when you get to the point where like you're actually emotionally attached to the characters, that happens I think in the 4th season for me.
What I think is odd leading up to and through the fourth season is that they're battling demons, and it seems like they believe in the devil, but they don't believe in God. So when Castiel's like, I'm an angel, he's like, nah, that's not real. Like,
Well,
like that's
Well, because Dean says it, I think, right? He's like, no one's ever seen an angel before.
right.
Yeah.
Demons are out and about.
Right. But it's not a. I would assume, and maybe I'm dumb, but I would assume that if demons are alive and you probably believe in the devil, that it's not a big leap to believe in angels. Like I it's just weird to me that they were just like so taken aback by an angel that appeared.
I think it's mostly because it's so outside of their norm. Like, and not just their norm, but like a generational thing where like their father did what they're doing, and before them, the implication, like as you get further into the seasons, is his father was also doing that, and he was like part of a lineage of people.
Yeah. It's like a family
and that
of
lineage of
monster
people
hunters and witch hunters.
Yeah, that lineage of people didn't recognize that there was a God because he hadn't shown himself for such a long time, because Chuck is a piece of shit.
What I also like about Castiel is that he, when he proves that he's an angel, it's not your normal like cool feathered wings. It's a very dark, like almost shadowy winged presence. And he just looks really cool in that moment in a depiction of an angel that I don't know that I've ever recognized, but I believe, like I was like, oh fuck, like okay, he's an angel. Like it doesn't look normal.
Even Zachariah, I think Zachariah tells Dean, he's like, which is like the head angel that we've met up to this point.
Yeah.
He was like, your ancestors were killing like vampires on the Mayflower or something like that. I forget how the line goes.
Yeah.
They've been hunters forever. So yeah, I definitely like it up till this point. The other thing I think like makes the angels cool in the show is that they're not good for the most part. They're kind of douchebags, which they point out over and over and over again.
Kind of is not the word I would use. They are complete douchebags all the time.
Like they show up and it's like angels, and it's like, why?
And where were you this whole time?
Right? The casting too. I don't know the guy who plays Alistair, but like one of the best bad guys in the show ever, in my opinion.
The dude that plays Crowley is
so good,
perfect. And then the guy that plays the second Crowley is also like amazing.
The second Crowley?
Well, I guess I'm thinking from like Alistair to Crowley.
Oh, Alistair is the demon who tortured Dean in hell. And he comes up to, and they capture him and have Dean torture him.
So Crowley
plays two characters.
Yeah, Crowley is like
he's a crossroads demon. He becomes the king of hell, but it's not two people.
No, he's played by two different actors.
I don't think so. There's a point where he takes over a woman's body in one episode.
I think that's for more than one episode. Like I think he starts out as a woman.
I'll let you know. I'm looking it up right now.
It's been a long time since I've seen him. I don't remember that, but it's possible.
He's Mark Shepard is the main guy, and then Lauren Tom, and then Marco Soriano, and then Kristen Robeck. So he's actually portrayed by 4 different people.
Yeah, I know he has like one episode arcs where he like jumps in other bodies, but I didn't think there was anyone that like seriously played his character for more than like an episode or 2. But I could be wrong. I've been forever since I saw the first 4 seasons.
Right.
Could just be something I'm forgetting.
I just like that the quote says on IMDb that his character quote just says, "Hello, boys." Yeah. Oh, man. Well, let's wrap this one up. We'll move on to seasons 5 through 9. I think that's how math works.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, good job. Good job, guys.
I thought 9 too, but then I did it on my fingers, and that's how we got it right.
You are right. Sure. If you don't include 5, that's how math works.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Well, we all know that Gabe sucks at math.
I do suck at math. I'm really bad at it.
Okay.
So yeah, highlight episode for me was definitely Castiel, and I really, really enjoyed that Crossroads episode. That was probably one of my favorite episodes of these 4 seasons.
I definitely.
I still.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I still really love the very supernatural Christmas. Like it's just it's very funny to me. It's like it's one of the filler episodes that I really, really like. The other episode that I was looking at that I really enjoy on here. Oh, where did it go? I had it, and it's.
You still talking about
I know. No, I do love the Ghost Facers. Oh, the Mystery Spot, the one where the is it a shapeshifter or a changeling or something like that?
It's a trickster.
Yeah,
turns out to be an archangel, but
I loved that episode. Mystery Spot's a really great episode. So
Mystery Spot's a great filler episode. God, Chris Angel's a douchebag is a great filler episode.
I've always been a big fan of the Wishing Well episode.
Oh, that is
in the Chinese restaurant.
I don't think that happened yet, but it's definitely good. Monster movie is super good. The one that's in like black and white.
Yeah,
and it's like the old monsters. Like that was a fucking hilarious episode as well. And yeah, they meet Chuck too. I forget what episode that is, but when they find out that they are cosplaying themselves or whatever it's called.
Where they go to is the convention in this one? I think that's in the next season.
Yeah, they go to a comic book store because they're investigating the store for like ghosts, and the guy's like, "Wait a minute, you guys are LARPing Supernatural," and they're like, "What the fuck?" They buy all the books,
and then they read about themselves.
Yeah, he's like,
it's like the meta episode.
I love that episode. He's like, "I don't know what you're thinking, but those are your pensive shoulders." I remember that line.
Well, Gabe, take us out, sir.
Well, if you enjoyed what you're listening to, of course, be sure to check us out on our next episode. And to find out more about us, visit TOTLB.com. That's where you can find links to all of our social media, all of that stuff, and our shop, which has some shirts and calendars and all sorts of cool things. So be sure to do that. If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/TOTLB. For as little as $1 a month, you can get extra videos, which I need to make some for you on. I completely forgot about that this week. Excuse me. And of course, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Thinking Outside the Longbox. You'll click buttons that are around here somewhere to be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications, and of course share it with your friends. And finally, give us a call, 970-573-6148. There was once a man named Michael Kirk. He loved doing midgets, and now he's dead. Give us a call on the Michael Kirk Memorial Hotline, 970-573-6148. Until next time, I've been Gabe.
I'm Tim.
I'm Doyle.
I'm Juan.
And that's why the Discord is not safe for work.
Yeah.